Have you ever wondered if there's drumming in the New Testament? Well, hello and welcome back to SFS, or Safer Sabbath. This is a time where we can just pause and see how drilling and drumming has been used within the Bible. So, to answer my previous question, it's no, drums aren't mentioned in the New Testament. If you flip through Matthew all the way to Revelation, you'll notice, unlike the Old Testament where you've got stories of Miriam and her tambourines, or psalms that call for cymbals and timbrels, things that we've spoken about, so make sure to do some healthy scrolling on our pages. The New Testament is almost silent about musical instruments. Instead, it highlights singing psalms and songs and hymns. But here's where our biblical imagination could help us. The New Testament was filled with sound, one sound in particular, the rhythmic beating of marching drums. Think about it. Paul often used soldier imagery to describe the Christian life. In Ephesians 6, he calls us to put on the full armor of God. In 2 Timothy 2, he tells Timothy to endure hardship as a good soldier of Christ Jesus. Even in Corinthians, he talks about running with discipline, not aimlessly. Now picture life in a Roman city, in Corinth, Philippi, or Ephesus. And I've done some research, and these actually have more common names, such as Corinthos in Greece, Kavila in northern Greece, and Sulkuk in western Turkey. Please, don't come for my pronunciation. Soldiers didn't march randomly. They kept in unison, kept in step with the cadence of a drum beat. That steady rhythm carried them through the streets and into battle. Everyone knew the sound. So when Paul tells believers to live in discipline, to walk in step with the Spirit, the listeners could almost hear that cadence in the background. It's not about playing an actual drum. It's about living with rhythm, with order, and with unity. And here's the application. Just as soldiers are called to follow the beat of the drum, Christians, like myself, are called to follow the rhythm of the Spirit. Galatians 5:25 says, "Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit." Our lives can march to the beat of faithfulness, prayer, love, perseverance, and obedience. So while the New Testament never commands us to drum, it does invite us into a kind of spiritual cadence. So the next time that you practice drumming, either alone or with friends, or you're watching a drum line, or you hear the feet of people marching in unison, let it remind you that the Christian life has a beat. And when we live in step with Jesus, we're a part of his unstoppable army of love.